What's up, everybody? Nutty Sports Gaming here, dropping another video on your butts, on your faces. We got episode 21, the start of the 1987 NBA season. In this video, so this is how this video is going to work. I'm going to show you the rosters, the starting lineups of the teams, the changes that have been made during the 86 offseason. And I'm going to do it based on the matchups of opening day. So, for example, we have the Cavs and the Bulls as the first game. I'm going to show you the rosters of both teams before I show you highlights of that game. Let me pause for a second on all that and show you the 87 draft that's coming up later in this series. Reggie Miller, David Robinson, Scottie Pippen, Kevin Johnson, Kenny Smith, Reggie Lewis, Armin Gilliam are among the names, the interesting names in this 87 draft. When I say later in this series, I mean like after we do the 87 season, we'll have the draft, as you probably know by now. Mark Jackson is in this draft, Olden Polynice, Muggsy Bogues. So there's some interesting names, particularly in the top half of the draft. It's not deep, I would say, but it's definitely interesting. So I look forward to seeing how that's going to shake out. As here we go. Here's the roster of the Bulls: John Paxson, Michael Jordan, George Gervin, Gene Banks. No changes there, right? Kyle Macy is no longer on the Bulls, just like in real life. Charles Oakley is going to be the starting center, which is not reflective of real life. But George Gervin also wasn't really on the team in the 87 season for the Bulls. He retired. So that kind of changes things up a little bit. Gene Banks otherwise would have been the starting small forward. So we're going to try Oakley at center, see if that works. Gilmore and Corzine will be on the bench. John Bagley, Albert King, Roy Hinson, Bobby Jones, Mel Turpin. We got Lee Sunvald, Hubbard, George Johnson. So the Cavs made some moves. Roy Hinson is still on the team. World B. Free is no longer on the Cavaliers. I'll tell you where he wound up later on in the series as we see him pop up. He was in real life. World B. Free got traded, and Bobby Jones retired. I guess I should just tell you that World B. Free's on the Sixers. I mean, it's not much of a mystery as to if I say, oh, well, they mysteriously got Bobby Jones. No, it was in a trade. Instead of having Bobby Jones retire, which he didn't do it in the game, but he did it in real life, I traded him to the Cavs, and the Sixers got a World B. Free, and they gave up a first-round pick. So that kind of explains that. You see some buckets made there by Hinson for the Cavaliers. John Paxson responds with a bucket of his own. And then Bagley passes it to Albert King, who was on the Nets last year. Albert King, I don't think was actually traded. I can't remember now, but I decided to put him on the Cavaliers because the Nets, they have they don't really need Albert King. He was the sixth man of the year last season in this sim, and so the Cavs didn't really have a shooting guard, I should say, after that trade with the Sixers. And so to satisfy the gaping hole at shooting guard for the Cavaliers, I inserted Albert King. So that explains why Albert King is on the Cavs. And let us go ahead, skip ahead to the fourth quarter. Artis Gilmore receives a pass from Michael Jordan right there and gets the bucket, 99-95. 47 seconds left to go. Albert King misses that shot. Corzine with the rebound. And John Paxson travels down the lane, makes the bucket, cuts the lead. The Cavs lead to 2. George Gervin misses that shot, but Artis Gilmore gets the putback, and it is a tie game. Albert King dribbling the ball. He's going to pull up and miss that shot, and we are going to overtime. The first game of the 87 season has gone to overtime. You love to see it, as that is a missed shot. Rebounded by Michael Jordan. Let's see what he does here. Something cool, I hope. He passed it to Gervin. MJ facilitating, not really making shots of his own, but I don't mind that because he's got a pretty good team. Gilmore missed that shot, but he does get fouled. So here is Gilmore draining that free throw, making it 103-100. 3 minutes left to go in overtime. Bagley pulls up, makes that shot, cutting it to a 1-point game. Michael Jordan passing it to Gilmore. Being a pass-first guard in this game, at least, in this particular game. And it's a 3-point lead for the Bulls. Gilmore with the rebound. Gilmore looking spry early in the season. As the Bulls are in transition, let's see if they can make a shot here. They do. I believe that's John Paxson with that shot, making it a 5-point game. George Gervin driving, thriving. Now I sound like Walt Frazier. He makes the shot, so I guess he is thriving. And the Bulls end up winning this game, 115-108. And that is how, wow, 38 points. Gervin, 27 for Michael Jordan. He had 6 assists. It looks like he had a lot more, but pretty sweet. Gilmore with 18 and 15. Maybe he should be the starter instead of Oakley. Where is Oakley? I don't even see him in there. He must have been fouled out or something. Where the hell? I don't know. Albert King with 24 points with the Cavs. Bagley with 21. I think it was a smart choice moving King from the Nets. The Cavs had a need for a starting shooting guard, and King fills that need. So next up, we got Knicks Nets. Here's the Knicks lineups to be Floyd. They got Al Wood now, Bernard King, Cartwright, Ewing, Sparrow, Pat Cummings, AC Green. The only big change here is Al Wood is now their shooting guard. Darrell Walker has moved to a different team, and you'll see that later in the video. The Nets, they have Darwin Cook and Otis Birdsong, Eddie Johnson, Buck Williams, Daryl Dawkins, Dennis Rodman coming off the bench, Mike Minsky. Who else is on the team? Okay, here we go. Green, Woolridge, Ramsey, Edmondson. So as you can see, Albert King deserves to start for a team, and Birdsong and Cook is pretty solidified as the backcourt pieces for the Nets. As we see Buck Williams making a shot there, 4-2. New Jersey Nets early in the first quarter. Cook, I believe, makes that shot right there. And 6-2 now. Al Wood with the ball, dribbling, passing it off to Patrick Ewing, who gets the dunk. And it's 8-4 now. 8-4, 9 minutes in the first quarter, and Ewing with another dunk. Ewing in his, second season, starting to become a dominant center. Here he is again with an easy dunk right there. 10-8. 8 minutes left to go, and that is a make by Eddie Johnson. Is that Otis Birdsong? He missed that shot. It wasn't Otis Birdsong. It wasn't Otis Birdsong. Nets make the bucket there. Floyd to Patrick Ewing. Ewing's looking good, but they can't seem to get a lead early in this game. Ewing, though, gets his own rebound and gets the putback, and it's 14-12. Birdsong loses the ball, and we got Floyd with the dunk in transition. Let us skip ahead and see if this game continues to be interesting, or does it turn out to be a dud. It's looking like the latter is going to be the case. 111-85 is the final score. Ewing with 36 and 14. Bernard King with 26. That is pretty interesting to see. Buck Williams with 15. Man, the Nets didn't really do too much on their end as far as scoring. We didn't really get to see Rodman. Well, hopefully we'll see him later in a different video, because we are going. I'm bearing the lead here. We're doing all the teams, by the way, all 23 NBA teams. Let's check out the Atlanta Hawks. They got Wilkins, Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis from the Kings is now on the Hawks. Antoine Carr has moved to power forward. Johnny Davis is not their point guard, not their starting point guard, but he's on the bench, off the bench, I believe, 6-man. This is the Bullets roster: Stockton, Malone, Rulin, McDaniel. No big changes here other than John Sally getting drafted. Here is the starting lineup for the Bullets, as I just told you, as I just said before. That's what it looks like. Of course, Stockton, Malone, McDaniel, Rulin, and Robinson. Doc Rivers is your starting point guard for the Hawks. Junior Bridgman is no longer on the Clippers. He is now on the Hawks as a shooting guard. Wilkins, Carr, and Kevin Willis. As you notice, Jay Humphries is no longer on the Hawks. He was part of a trade that brought Kevin Willis to the Hawks and Humphries to the Kings. Why was that? Why did that happen? Because the Hawks were so bad last year. They only won 31 games, made the playoffs. But in real life, Kevin Willis was on the Hawks. So because the Kings have Sabonis, I wanted to not make them. They had a log jam in the front court rotation, right? They had LaSalle Thompson, Otis Thorpe, Kevin Willis, and Sabonis. So in order to consolidate things, I moved Willis to the Hawks, and I provided a need for the Kings. They needed a young point guard, and Jay Humphries filled that role for the Kings, so that's why that move was made. So let me talk about the actual game that we are watching here, as Doc Rivers misses that shot. Xavier McDaniel, the X-Man, gets the rebound. 4-2 with 10 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And that is a missed shot. Carr with the rebound. Bridgman handling the ball, trying to penetrate, can't quite do it. Kevin Willis to Dominique Wilkins. He loses the ball. Bullets in transition. Jeff Malone drives down the lane, gets blocked, but draws the foul. Makes the first free throw right there. And Jeff Malone will make this free throw, I believe, making it a 6-2 game. Wilkins penetrating, missing that shot. Cliff Robinson with the rebound there. Once again, the Bullets are trying to do something on the fly here. Passing it out to John Stockton, does X-Man. And Stockton makes that shot. He drains it. So this is looking like early blowout. Let's see if the Hawks can catch up. 18-point lead. 16-point lead. We're in the fourth quarter now. Doesn't look good for the Hawks as I take off my jacket because I am getting rather hot. Because, I don't know. Dominique Wilkins with the big dunk there as we jump into some action. I wanted to give you a little bit more of this game, just a little bit, just to see what it's a blowout, but who cares? Let's see some action as we see Jeff Malone make that shot. That's all the action I'm going to give you. But, yeah, so 117-99 is the final score. There wasn't much more action worth watching in this game, but I tried to show you as much as I could. Stockton with 17 and 11, 8 for 9 from the field. That's pretty good. Jeff Ruland with 20, a lot of bullets in double digits there. And let's check out this shot of John Stockton making a long two as a bullet, a potential thumbnail here. I feel like if I were to make this a thumbnail, I gotta do something like this, because I don't think it's obvious he's on the Bullets. But if you see the other guy in the background there, I think that was Cliff Robinson. Then it's obvious that he was a Bullet. So I don't know. That could be a potential thumbnail. We'll see. Celtics. Let's check out the Celtics roster. Nothing much has changed here. Pretty much everyone is here from the previous year. Fred Roberts was on the Utah Jazz last season. In real life, he moved to the Boston Celtics in the 87 season. So I reflected that. Roy Tarpley is on the Celtics too. He's a rookie. They did not draft Len Bias, so they have Tarpley. So yeah, they one issue they might have over the season is not having a backup small forward for Larry Bird. Something to look out for. Kyle Macy is on the Pacers now. He used to be on the Bulls. Now he's in the Pacers. Reggie Diaz has moved to shooting guard. Petrovic is going to be the small forward for the Pacers. Karl Malone, obviously the power forward. Herb Williams center. Clark Kellogg coming off the bench. And Quentin Daly also coming off the bench. Stepanovic and is it Caldwell Jones or Charlie Jones? Charlie Jones probably. Also on the bench. Yeah, so interesting to have Clark Kellogg coming off the bench, but we want to see Petrovic. Truth be told, I don't know if he does much exciting things in this video, but let's still see what all these guys got. Let's see what they got. Let's see what everyone else got. Even if Petrovic doesn't really give us the goods in this particular video, we'll be keeping tabs on Petrovic and the Pacers all throughout the season as long as they are good. Especially, but in the beginning of the season, we'll keep tabs on them for sure. As Kevin McHale makes that shot right there, makes the first bucket of the game. Herb Williams makes the second bucket of the game. Imagine if commentators kept track of that. Larry Bird misses that, but Robert Parrish makes the third bucket of the game. Yeah, it could get tiring pretty fast. Reggie Diaz makes the fourth bucket of the game. I can't do it. I gotta stop doing that. Larry Bird, will he make the fifth bucket of the game? Yes, he will. Yeah. I guess I could keep track of this just for these highlights. Karl Malone makes the sixth bucket of the game. I'm making myself laugh. I must think I'm really funny. If you don't think I'm funny, let me know. I would understand. As Macy makes that bucket there, 8-6 is the score. If you said I wasn't funny, I get it. Larry Bird sinks that shot from the mid-range. Tie game. Danny Ainge with the layup there. In transition, looked like Kyle Macy. Kyle Macy in the Pacers, it just looks right. I don't know why. Karl Malone with the baseline jumper right there. Tie game at 10. Pacers look pretty decent. Larry Bird. Bad defense there. Larry Bird makes that shot pretty easily as Dennis Johnson is dribbling, passing it to Danny Ainge. Another, rather easy bucket right there. Larry Bird to Robert Parrish. Maybe I shouldn't praise the Pacers that much as they let Parrish make that shot. Parrish. And let's see, does this game stay close? It looks close right now. Celtics are pulling away. Yeah, so I want to show you the beginnings of these games at least. This game, see Parrish makes that long two. I don't know if there's anything else worth watching in this one. Daly makes that bucket. That's pretty cool. But, yeah, I mean, usually, for the most part, if there's a blowout like this, I'm not going to show you highlights. But if I do want to show you the beginnings of the games, that we could see all the players on the court. You know what I mean? All the players, the new season. Some of them are on new teams. Like, that's what I want to focus on with this video. But if there's some cool extra highlights, that'd be good too. Kevin McHale making that shot and one. That's pretty cool. But the Celtics do end up winning this game 135-108. Larry Bird with 26 points. Ainge with 25. Wow, Ainge. Clark Kellogg with 27 off the bench. Karl Malone with 22 and 14. Daly with 12 points, 7 assists. So that is that game as we move on to the 76ers. Andrew Toney is their best player now. Mo Cheeks, Sam Bowie, Wilby Free is on the team now. Julius Erving, Michael Cage, Sam Perkins, Jeff Turner, Walter Berry, and Nate McMillan is the roster basically. That's basically when we jump into Sixers games, that's what you're going to see. This is what it looks like in starting lineup form, the rotation. Tony's basically their best player now. And like I just said that, but it's going to be interesting to see the Sixers be more of a backcourt. Let me start over. It's going to be interesting to see the Sixers being more of a backcourt-oriented team. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Bucks, not too much changes except for a big one at center. Jack Sikma is now the starting center of the Bucks. No longer Alton Lister. He's still on the team, but they traded Randy Brewer for Jack Sikma. In real life, they traded Alton Lister to the Sonics, and Sikma. It was Sikma for Lister, but Lister was a free agent in this particular sim, so I couldn't make that trade exactly like that. But I traded Randy Brewer to the Sonics instead, and I gave the Sonics a first-round pick. I think that's what the trade was. I probably should just show you what the trades look like, but I wanted to keep things streamlined and just with this layout. So yeah, but let's check out this game. Andrew Toney. Andrew Toney's career was cut short in real life, and I think it's pretty fun to see him be basically the go-to guy on this team. I didn't even mention Dr. J, but Dr. J's out there for the Sixers. He's like 36 years old at this point. This could be his last season. Terry Cummings misses that bucket, but Jack Sikma, here we go, misses that shot. Cummings with the rebound. Sikma and Cummings is going to be quite the front court duo to watch in these Sims. I am excited about that. I'm also excited about this new Bucks court, although I'd like the old one more, I gotta say. Toney with that long two. Sikma showing some range. He could be an interesting addition to this team. Look at him driving the lane. Sikma on the Bucks. I think this is going to be a fun-ass team. Andrew Toney driving the lane, making an 8-4 game, 8-4 game. Check out the moves. Toney. That's yeah. Maybe he'll live up to his. Maybe he'll look like a star, more like a star instead of the Sixers' offense revolving around Malone and Irving. Now it's revolving around Toney. But in this particular game, that did not work out well for them. I think the combination of Sikma and Cummings is just too much for the Sixers and Sam Bowie and and Sam Perkins. As you can see here, Perkins getting worked by Cummings right there. And let's see, in transition, Cummings with the dunk. Perkins can't quite keep up with him. So it gives a pretty easy explanation as to why the Bucks were able to win so easily. Moncrief to Pressey. Gets blocked by Julius Irving. But it was a foul, so not too good of a play by Irving. Pressey makes that free throw, and that will pretty much do it for this game. It's a blowout, 108-84. The Bucks look really good. Moncrief for 27. Sikma and Cummings both had over 20 points. And the Sixers, they have work to do. They know they got to grow as a team with the new additions to their roster. Will be free. We didn't get to see him because he came off the bench. But let's move on. Jazz Nuggets is next. So let's check out the rosters for both teams. The Jazz, there was a big change for the Jazz, just like in so this one reflects real life. Kelly Tribuca used to be on the Pistons. He's now on the Jazz. This is part of a trade which sent Adrian Dantley to the Pistons. And in this trade, I had to send Manute Bol to the Jazz, too. So the Jazz got Manute Bol and Tribuca, and the Pistons got Adrian Dantley. So that is what happened there. Fat Lever, Dunn, English, Nat, Issel is the starting lineup for the Nuggets. Shays, Cooper. Darrell Walker was part of that trade with the Knicks. The Knicks got a first-round pick in exchange for Darrell Walker going to the Nuggets. And that was an actual trade, my friends. That actually happened. So, as long as the trades made sense, I did the real trades. I did some trades that weren't didn't exactly happen in real life, but I feel like they're realistic. At least I hope they are. I think they are. So Mark Eaton makes that bucket there. Gets the first bucket for the Jazz. They tie the game there with a Daryl Griffith shot. And let's see here. Missed shot there by Issel. Jazz go in transition. And I think was that Pierce? Is that no, Green. Ricky Green Dribbling the ball. Griffith misses that shot, but Mark Eaton gets the rebound and the putback, making it a 6-4 game. I'm wondering if Tribuca makes a shot, his first shot on screen as a member of the Jazz. He doesn't there, as Griffith makes yet another shot. The Nuggets are down early as they play a little bit of hot potato. Calvin Nat passing it to Alex English, who drains the shot, making it an 8-6 game. Green. I don't know why. I was confusing Ricky Green with Ricky Pierce, who's on a different team. There's Tribuca's first shot as a Jazz man, as a member of the Jazz. Nearest Alex English, making a baseline jumper. He is that dude. Griffith to Green, who makes the shot with the shot clock at 0. Tribuca passing it to Mark Eaton, who nearly loses the ball but gets it back and makes that shot in the paint. There is Alex English, who drains that. Not quite a jumper, right? This kind of shot there, but still a fun one. And he pumps his fist, excited that it went in. Tribuca handling the ball, gives it to Green, I believe. He's going to pull up, make the midi from the elbow because he thinks he's Otis Birdsong. And let us skip to the end of this game. Hopefully this is a close one because there's some fun players in this between these two teams. But we'll see. Early on, the Jazz have a pretty commanding lead on the Nuggets at this point as I slowly sim. If I go too fast, I might miss something special, you know. Oh, I'm going too fast now. Let's see, 14-point lead. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think so. I don't think so, Tim. I just don't think it's going to be close enough. Oh, okay, fine. 13-point lead for the Jazz at this point. Let's see if we get anything good out of these last few minutes. As who's that fat lever? Shoots the ball, misses. John Drew, I think it's John Drew, with the rebound. Green handling the ball. And let's see what they could do here. Griffith misses that shot. Drew with the rebound and the putback as he falls down. So it's a 15-point lead for the Jazz. Let's see if the Nuggets can do anything. Calvin Nat handling the ball. Spins. Drives. Makes that shot against Thurl Bailey. And let's check this out again. Nice spin move here. And you gotta respect the hustle there by Nat, getting that shot to go in. But that is not gonna cut too much into the Jazz lead as Tribuca makes that shot. He banks it. He calls glass. The Jazz win 111-98. Griffith with 26. So they missed. They don't have Adrian Dantley, but at least in this game, didn't seem to matter as Griffith was their scoring leader for the game. And yeah, Manute Bol played some minutes. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him. We haven't gotten to see him all sim. Hopefully he progresses and becomes a starter and we can see him more. English and Issel. Issel is like 35, 36. He's still putting up big numbers. That is fun to see. And let's see. Lakers Suns. Lakers, big change is that Jamal Wilkes is no longer on the team. Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Cooper, Byron Scott that's your starting five. You got Wes Matthews, just like in real life, is on the Lakers now. Brikowski, also just like in real life, is there too. Kurt Rambis, I think he was a starter for the Lakers this year. Actually, I'm not quite sure about that. But I wonder if he's rated too low, or if that's the correct rating for him. What we have to do, I wanted to show you that I did this. We have to export old Kareem's DNA, because he is likely, 2K is likely going to have him retire at the end of this season. And in real life, he retires in 1989. And so I don't want to sell Kareem short by just having him retire. And so I'm going to export his DNA. And if he does retire and I can't do anything about it, I'll just import him back to the game. I'll import him, like, there's got to be some generic at the bottom of the roster that I can just exchange for Kareem. And then we won't have to worry about not having any more Kareem. So this is what the rotation looks like. Matthews, Rakowski, Ramis, they're coming off the bench. Sam Mitchell as well. You got Ron Brewer. Alfredrick Hughes, who was actually drafted in 85 or 84, 85. I imported him into the game because he wasn't in the game for some reason, but he was a real player that existed. This is the Suns. Watley, Walter Davis. There's Brad Doherty at the center spot. Nance and Pinckney. The only major difference for the Suns is that they have Doherty. Other than that, they got Pearl Washington too, who was drafted in the 86 draft. I think he was a round 2 draft pick. But the Suns aren't really much different than they were last season, except for the fact they have Doherty. So, and they got Watley starting for them. So it's not a very good Suns team. They got Nance. Maybe Doherty has something. Maybe Walter Davis can show some things, or maybe maybe it's time to trade him mid-season. I don't know, but we'll see how the Suns do over the course of the season. I'm not say that they're going to tank. They probably, maybe they win 40 games. I don't know, but if they look halfway decent, I won't blow them up. As Kareem makes that shot there, Kareem almost retired. He makes a shot, and then the Lakers make that bucket there. 6-5. Rebound there. Pinckney gets the putback, making it a 7-6 game. We are at the Forum. Magic to James Worthy. He's going to sink that turnaround long two. Very nice from James Worthy. Is Walter Davis. Nope, misses that shot. It's a shot he used to make in a couple of seasons ago in the sim. Byron Scott with the alley-oop to James Worthy, I believe, making it a 10-7 game. Walter Davis makes that shot right there. Magic Johnson passing it to Michael Cooper, who drains the midi. 12-9 now. 13-9, actually. As Burkowski misses the shot. Worthy with the putback. 15-9. Lakers starting to pull away a little bit. As I believe that's Pinckney again. Here's a replay of Ed Pinckney receiving the ball and making the shot right there. Shot clock winding down, and Watley is going to miss that shot. Doherty, though, here is the rookie Doherty showing what he's made of, making that shot there, bringing it to within a 2-point game. James Worthy passing it to Byron Scott, who pulls up with the jumper, and he sinks it. 17-13. Byron Scott to Magic Johnson, who is going to pass it out to Worthy, and he makes that shot. Let us skip ahead. Let's see if this game stays close. Knowing how good the Lakers are and how generally bad the Suns are, I doubt this will stay close. But we got to see Doherty do some stuff, make one bucket. We got to see the Lakers do some stuff. So, if it ends up being a blowout, I'm not too disappointed. But the Lakers aren't pulling away that much. Okay, now they are. Yeah, now they are. Yeah, this might not be a game we're jumping into, but let me just say something here, folks. No, I got nothing to say. I'm just stalling. As we see, the final score is 121-79, and the Lakers crushed James Worthy with 29 points, Kareem with 21 and 10, Magic Johnson with the triple-double. And yeah, the Lakers are a well-rounded team. The Suns got work to do. We'll see if the Suns... the Lakers are a tough team to play, right? Lakers are a tough team. And so this is not necessarily an indication of anything. Let us move on. Trailblazers roster. Jim Paxson is their starting point guard. Clyde Drexler, Kiki Vandeweghe, Kenny Carr. McCormick is their starting center. They traded Michael Thompson, just like in real life, Hot Rod Williams is on the bench, and so is Terry Porter. I'll get into that. I'll talk about that during the highlights. They're playing the Warriors. You have Lucas, Purvis Short as their shooting guard, Len Bias, small forward, Livingston, power forward, John Barrett Carroll is their starting center. They got Eddie Johnson, Connor McGee, etc. I kind of scrolled too fast, but that's their rosters. And as we watch these highlights, Terry Porter. So in real life, Darnell Valentine formerly of the Blazers, he got traded to the Clippers midway through the '86 season. And so I wanted to kind of reflect reality and still trade him to the Clippers, but I used Terry Porter as a trade piece. So Terry Porter is now on the Blazers, and that is going to help me set up a possible Blazers team that in real life they made it to the finals in 1990-1992. So I want to see if they can still do that. So that's why I moved Terry Porter to the Blazers. We'll see if the Blazers can actually be as good as they were in real life down the road. But let's watch. Let me actually talk about the highlights of this game, because I think this ended up being a pretty good game, if I'm not mistaken. Kiki Vandeweghe with the step back, too. Looked like a step back long, too, as we jump ahead. Maybe this ended up not being a good game. I'm not sure if I was talking out of my butt or what. But it's a close game so far, heading into the halftime. So maybe this will be a good game. I also want to comment on the fact that the Warriors court is new and their jerseys are new. So if we do jump back into this game, that's something to keep an eye on. But this is looking like the Warriors are pulling away. Although it's a 7-point game. Okay, let's jump in. Yep, cool. All right, we are back. See the Warriors' new court? It's pretty cool. And I believe that's Clyde Drexler with the baseline jumper, making it a 5-point game. Okay, Purvis Short, handing it to Johnson. I believe that's Eddie Johnson. Which Eddie Johnson? I'm not quite sure. Oh, I think that's the Eddie Johnson of the Hawks. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what. Because the other Eddie Johnson is on the Nets. There's two Eddie Johnsons. And that's a ferocious dunk right there by Kenny Carr, I believe. And that's pretty cool. Good for him. And he gets the end one. 89-85 is the score with 4:20 left in the game. Purvis Short drains that mid-ranger, making it a 6-point game. We haven't seen much of Len Bias yet. I wonder if Len Bias does anything noteworthy in these highlights. If not, we'll have to come back to the Warriors as Kiki makes that shot. 6-point game now. Blazers get the rebound. Clyde Drexler with the turnaround jump shot. Misses it, but Jim Paxson gets the putback, cutting the lead to 4. Purvis Short dribbling. Misses that shot. And the Blazers could do something interesting here. Drexler to McCormick. Back to Drexler. Come on, guys. Come on, you got this. Kiki misses the shot. McCormick with the dunk. And it's a 2-point game, folks. Purvis Short. Let's see if he gets the screen here. Drains that shot. Man, Purvis Short is kind of a baller, right? He's looking really good. And that is a miss right there. But Kenny Carr gets the putback, 95-93. 30 seconds left to go. And that's Lucas with the free throws. He makes one, misses one. It's a 3-point game. So the Blazers have a shot here. Let's see if they make the most of the opportunity. Jim Paxson dribbling, passing it to Clyde Drexler. Drives, draws the foul. See if he can make his free throws. Makes the first one, cutting it to a 2-point deficit. And let's see if he can make the next one. He sure can. So it's 96-95, 15 seconds left, 14 seconds now. And now they fouled right away, and Lucas is going to have to make his free throws, and he does. So it's back to a 3-point game. The Blazers, I think they take the final shot here. Kiki Vandeweghe immediately passes it to Drexler. He gives it to McCormick. Back to Drexler. Misses the shot. Kenny Carr to Kiki. Shot is missed. And that is the end of the game. The Golden State Warriors end up beating the Portland Trail Blazers 98-95. Purvis Short with 26 points. Was that Eddie Johnson? Do I ever scroll? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was Eddie Johnson. Got 14 points. Len Bias with 10. We didn't see it really, but he had 10 points. Pretty cool. So, yeah, we'll keep tabs on the Warriors, especially early on the season. We'll get some Len Bias action. Don't you worry. As we check out the Sonics now, they are up next. Gerald Henderson, Mike Mitchell. Dale Ellis is now on the Sonics. He used to be in the Mavs, but got traded to the Sonics. In real life, he also got traded to the Sonics, so that has reflected in real life. Tom Chambers, power forward, Randy Brewer. It's got John Long, who in real life was traded from the Pistons to the Sonics. That is all based in real life. Johnny Moore, David Thompson is on the Spurs. That is not based in real life. I think he retired at this point, and so I wanted to give him a second life on the Spurs. Adele Curry is on the bench. Michael Thompson is the starting center for the Spurs, and I didn't really do a good job telling you who the starting lineup for the Spurs is. Does that pop up here? Do I get? Okay, here we go. Moore, David Thompson, Jerome Kersey, Tisdale, and Michael Thompson. That's your starting five for the Spurs. We don't really see much of the Spurs. We haven't really seen them much since the first season or two, when they had Gervin and Gilmore. But they're a new look. They're a new look Spurs team. So let's take a look at them. Michael Thompson makes that shot right there. Makes the first bucket of the game. Michael Thompson, mid-season, he will end up on the Lakers. So that's something to keep an eye out for, because that's what happened in real life. In real life, he played for the Spurs at the beginning of the season, and then was traded to the Lakers. And so I'm going to do the same exact thing, because be cool. Gerald Henderson right here. Check out the replay. Gets the layup against David Thompson. And here's David Thompson dribbling, makes that shot. And let's see if the Sonics can respond. Henderson misses. Brewer with the make. I think Brewer is a nice piece for them. I think that's pretty cool. David Thompson with that dunk, the alley-oop, tie game at 6. And Mike Mitchell drains that baseline jumper. Nice back and forth here that we got going on. Tom Chambers bullies his way to the basket. David Thompson misses. Michael Thompson makes it. Thompson to Thompson. As the Sonics miss that shot, Mike Mitchell gets the rebound and the make and the and one. Let's see if he can get this free throw to fall. He does. And let's skip ahead. I do think we see a little bit more of this game. Because why not? 15-point game. Yeah, let's check it. Let's just check them out a little bit more. We rarely have seen the Sonics and Spurs, so I wanted to check them out a little bit more, even though it's kind of a game that's not within reach, really. Although now it's a 7-point game. Okay, not bad. Henderson makes that shot there. Now it's immediately a 9-point game. Not good for the Spurs. Sharp to Higgins. Makes a shot. Back to his 1-point game. Henderson handling the ball. In real life, Henderson got traded to the Knicks, but I ended up nixing that trade. Dale Ellis drains the 3. I'm not saying Henderson won't get traded. I might turn that into a midseason trade somehow. I don't know. I'll do something with Henderson. Well, it depends on how the Sonics do over the course of the season. But for now, we'll keep Henderson on the Sonics as we see the scoring leaders for both teams. Tom Chambers at 24 points. Dale Ellis, his first game as a Sonic, had 13 points. And yeah, 104-98 was the final score there. And we are moving to day 2 of the NBA season, because there's still some teams you haven't seen. One of those teams would be the Dallas Mavericks, a really, really good team at this point. Mark Aguirre, Charles Barkley, Rolando Blackman, Derek Harper, who is now an 86 overall, and he's clearly the starter Starting point guard over Brad Davis. Joe Dumars in his second season is an 82. Drew Rollins is also an 82. Man, they're loaded. For some reason, the coach wants to start James Donaldson, which, whatever. We'll see how that goes. Tree Rollins coming off the bench with Joe Dumars and Tree Rollins coming off the bench. That is one hell of a duo right there. Who else is on the bench? Kenny Walker. Brad Davis. Oh my God, their bench is like as good as some actual teams in this game, like the Kings. But sure, that's who they're playing too. Look at this. I mean, the bench of the Mavericks could beat this Kings team, who is a fun young. This is a fun young team, but you know what I'm saying. Jay Humphries is now on the Kings. He was on the Hawks in previous seasons. I told you about that. Chris Mullin, Larry Drew, Alvin Robertson, LaSalle Thompson, Otis Thorpe, Craig Elo, Sabonis. This is a good team. This is a good young team. A lot of young players. Larry Drew is kind of like the oldest player of the bunch in Nympheus. We might do something. We might move Larry Drew at some point. But for now, he's on the Kings. Albert Robertson is starting alongside him in the backcourt. Chris Mullin, LaSalle Thompson, Arvydas Sabonis. The small forward, power forward, and center, respectively. Otis Thorpe going off the bench. Jay Humphries, Elo or Elo, I'm not quite sure. Bill Wennington and Nympheus also off the bench. So we are going to get to see some rookie Sabonis highlights, as well as the Mavericks being awesome. So this is a pretty cool matchup. Mark Aguirre facing off against Chris Mullin right there. He makes that shot pretty easily. Not the best defense from Mullin. And Larry Drew passing it off to Sabonis. And check out the moves. Check out him going to the basket there for the bucket. And to tie game at 2. As the Mavericks are in transition. And Mark Aguirre makes that bucket. 5-2 now. Let us see what the Kings do. Drew handling the ball. And look at Sabonis moving off ball. Draws the foul. Sabonis is playing like a guard. Good Lord. He's like a 7'4" guy playing like a guard who also has post-up moves, I think. We'll see. We'll see what Sabonis is all about. But he seems like the full package, man. So far, I'm very impressed, although he just missed that free throw. But he's a rookie. He's got to work out some kinks in his game. But it looks like he has a lot of interesting aspects to his game, which I'm really interested in exploring in future episodes, future sims, future games. As Rolando Black makes that shot. We're still early in the first quarter. But let's see more Sabonis. Look at him. Look at this. Look at this. He just jogged across court. Gets the layup. Sabonis is different. Sabonis is going to be a different beast in this game. I can already tell. He's got some ball handling skills. Man, look at him work off ball. Look at him move off ball, receiving the pass right there. Now he's got Donaldson on him, and this might be a tough matchup for him. Let's see if he can make this shot. He can't. Rebound Donaldson, but you still got to be impressed with what Sabonis seemingly brings to the table. He moving off ball. He's doing all kinds of stuff. Let's see how his defense is. Well, it doesn't really matter here as Charles Barkley makes the shot there. And but here's Sabonis again. Look at this. Misses that shot. Missed the shot, but still he's got some moves. And here is Rondo Blackman with the dunk in transition. So it's 13-5, by the way. I'm praising Sabonis. Meanwhile, the Mavericks are just crushing. But there's a Sabonis dunk. I'm not talking out of my butt here on this one. Sabonis really looks good on screen, I gotta say. Here he is, missing that shot, getting his own rebound, and getting the putback. Donaldson against Sabonis. Sabonis with a nice contest there. Gets the rebound, passes it. Mullin ends up with the ball, misses the shot, and I believe that's LaSalle Thompson or Otis Thorpe making that putback. I think it was Thompson. Derek Harper makes that baseline jumper, 15-11 now. Larry Drew passing it to Sabonis. Look, the way he moves off ball. Now, that shot was blocked. I see that. I understand. But here he is coming right back, making that shot. And I'm telling you, Sabonis is going to be so fun. This is his very first game, right? It's not all there yet, right? And the Mavericks beat the Kings easily, 107-79. Blackman with 23, Dumars with 18 off the bench, Aguirre with 16, Barkley with 14. Dumars is going to be interesting too. Dumars is going to be a guy where you're like, I can't keep him on the bench for too long. What do we do with Dumars? Right? He's too good already. That is something I got to keep an eye on because, do we trade Dumars? But, maybe he's the guy who, helps the Mavericks become championship contenders. I don't know. That's a discussion for a later video. But Sabonis, 7 for 22 for the field. Not great. Not great. Really not great at all, actually. But I still like what I see, and I hope that he progresses well. And here's a shot of him making this dunk. Here he is from the front. And I wonder if a thumbnail of Sabonis means anything to anybody on YouTube. I hope it does. Does anyone think that's going to be Domantas Sabonis? I don't think so. That's his dad. That's his daddy, Arvydas Sabonis. We'll see. That might be the thumbnail for this video. I mean, if you clicked on this video, you already know. I don't know yet. This is none of you sports gamers in the past, and you're in the future. So you already know what happened. As I completely gloss over the fact that we just saw the Pistons roster. Their starting five is Isaiah Thomas, Ron Harper, Adrian Dantley, Rick Mahorn, and Bill Laimbeer. I don't think they had any major changes to their bench. I know John Drew is no longer on the team. But, yeah. So, Ron Harper, Isaiah Thomas, backcourt with Adrian Dantley as a small forward. Starting small forward is pretty interesting. New look for the Pistons. Larry Bird against Ron Harper is no match. No match for Bird. Ron Harper handling the ball a little bit here, passing it off to Adrian Dantley, who misses that shot. And yeah, this is a new look Pistons team. They still got Thomas. They still got Laimbeer as Larry Bird makes that shot. 8-2, 8-3 now. Boston with the lead. Let's see if Ron Harper can do something here. Gets the screen. Drives. Makes the shot off glass. 8-5. Celtics with the lead. Harper looks kind of good in a Pistons uniform. That shot is missed. There's a block there. Harper is running the court. And he's going to turn around and make that shot. So Ron Harper, everybody. That's pretty interesting. Bird to Kevin McHale. Makes that shot go down. Adrian Dantley handing the ball, passing it off to Ron Harper against Danny Ainge. He makes that shot. Ron Harper, man. I mean, man. Yeah, I'm excited about this too. Kevin McHale makes that shot against Rick Mahorn. And let us skip ahead. I don't know if there's anything else noteworthy in this game. The Celtics are just really good, They're just a really good team. But Harper looked good on screen. Looks like a nice piece for the Pistons. Didn't really see Dantley do much. As Dantley had 28 points and everyone else had 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, 6. Yeah, Vinny Johnson's still on the team. Greenwood is on the Pistons. Some guys that I forgot to mention early on, as the screen was showing you the roster, but I was talking about something else. And yeah, Ron Harper, yeah, we'll see. Man, Dantley had 16 free throws made, by the way, in that game. This is the Rockets: Grant Williams, Lewis Lloyd, Shrimps, Sampson, Olajuwon, McCray. Cedric Maxwell's now on the Rockets, and they got Bob McAdoo as well. The Clippers: Norm Nixon, Marquez Johnson, Mike Woodson. Used to be in the Kings. In real life, he actually did go to the Clippers. Jamal Wilkes is on the Clippers, just like in real life at this time. And Moses Malone, very much not like in real life. This is very much a fantasy of mine, I guess. An imagining of mine. Darnell Valentine is on the bench. Benoit Benjamin. Jay Vincent, instead of being on the Sixers or the Bullets, he is on the Clippers. I can't remember where Jay Vincent went in real life at this point. He used to be on the Mavericks, but now he is on the Clippers. So And yeah, this is another look at the roster. It's very interesting, you know. Moses Malone. Yeah, we'll just see how this goes. We'll see how it goes with him on the Clippers. I think this could be a very fun season for the Clippers. But they got a weird mixed match of veterans on this team. We'll see how their chemistry builds over the course of the season. And they got a really good Rockets team they have to face right here. So let's see how things go. Mike Woodson, can he make his first bucket as a Clipper? Yes, he can. I mean, on paper, this Clippers team looks like they could be pretty good. As Olajuwon makes that shot, tying the game at 4. Rockets with the ball back. Grant Williams makes that shot on Norm Nixon. So it's 6-4. Rockets with the ball back. Williams makes a shot in transition, making it 8-4. Nixon to Marquez Johnson. Misses that shot. Ralph Sampson gets the rebound. And the Rockets are in transition. Is that Detlef Shrimp with the layup? Looks like it. That is pretty sweet to see. Shrimp. We haven't talked much about Shrimp, but I like it being in the Rockets. Moses Malone misses that shot, gets his own rebound, and gets the putback, making it 10-6. Here is Sampson with the ball, passing it to Olajuwon. Olajuwon seems like this season, at least in this game, he really looks like the centerpiece of this offense, doesn't he? Olajuwon, here he is getting the rebound and the putback. Sampson was doing a lot more early on in these sims in previous seasons, but now it looks like Olajuwon is kind of taking over the team as Marquez Johnson makes that shot right there. 14-8. Rockets with the commanding lead early on the first, but Mike Woodson drains that long too. So, yeah, I don't know. The Rockets aren't really much of a match for the Clippers. Or, no, I should say the Clippers aren't really a match for the Rockets because Olajuwon and Sampson can just get buckets on command, really. Moses Malone, he's not doing too bad himself, though. You got to give him credit getting that shot right there. And here is Jamal Wilkes making an appearance in this video. He makes that dunk. Lewis Lloyd to Olajuwon. Yeah, he seems like he's like the main guy. Everything goes through Olajuwon at this point. Look at him go. Look at him work. Look at him miss that shot, get his own rebound, gets the putback. And, yeah, it's the Olajuwon show. Ralph Sampson is kind of taking a back seat at this point, which is very interesting. As the Rockets look like this is actually going to be a close game. Maybe the Clippers can do something here. Rockets with a 5-point lead with 6.5 minutes left to go. Moses Malone makes that shot. 89-86. Olajuwon misses, but Sampson with the dunk. 91-86. Less than 6 minutes left to go now. Hakeem makes that shot. Marquez Johnson, let's see what he could do. He's going to make that one. In transition, the Clippers are. Norm Nixon misses that baseline jumper. And Detlef Shrimp with the rebound. Passing it off to Gus Williams, who drives the lane and makes the bucket. 102-97 now. Gus Williams again. Where is the defense? I'm not quite sure. This game is going to be over 111-99 is the final score. 26 points for Olajuwon, 13 rebounds. Ralph Sampson with 16 and 12. Gus Williams with 20. And Detlef Shrimp with 10. So, Moses Malone with 26 and 11 in his first game as a Clipper. And, yeah, so that pretty much that does it. That's all 23 teams. All 23 NBA teams. Next video, I'll show you more games, more highlights, more Sabonis, more Len Bias. There's so many things I could show you in the next video. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm going to show you. But stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe. This series is getting awesome. More awesome as these seasons go on. Just so many awesome teams to look at. So many interesting storylines. So like and subscribe. I appreciate the subscribers who have subscribed so far. Thank you so much for watching and supporting this channel, this little dumb channel of mine. And yeah, thanks everybody. This is Nutty Sports Gamer. I'll be dropping the next video in a couple days. Thank you. I'm going to bed.